okay, is far beyond our expectation.
He's the safest way of owning a house.
My mouth is full of appreciation to Federal Mortgage Bank.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of the program Everyone Deserves a Home, a program showcasing the strides and efforts of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria as it works hard towards providing affordable housing for ordinary Nigerians. I'm Gabriel Ojila, your anchor tonight. Welcome on board. To manage a bank's business effectively, there is need to look critically into balancing its assets and liabilities. And for a financial institution like the FMBN, it is only mandatory to have a platform where a group of people can meet regularly to critically deliberate on the bank's activities and also create a balance for its inflow and outflow. Tonight, our focus shall be on the Asset, Liabilities and Disbursements Committee of the FMBN and how it works to ensure the smooth running of the bank's activities. These, alongside other segments, will make up the episode tonight. We'll take a short break, and when we return, the program takes off fully. See you after the break.
Get trained as a mortgage expert, smart property development industry player. Get that full option capacity training center for your individual or organizational needs at the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria FMBN Training Center. Courses are both technical and managerial in mortgage operations, finance, human resources, and ICT, all facilitated by both internal and external mortgage and property industry experts.
We borrow the money from the bank. Every month we're servicing it.
All FMBN courses are approved by the Center for Management Development. Meanwhile, the FMBN Training Center offers its training facilities for rentals, 3 seminar rooms of 30 seating capacities, 2 syndicate rooms of 10 and 12 seating capacities, 2 conference halls of 108 and 78 seating capacities, an ICT lab of 38 seats, and a 24/7 power supply. Visit the FMBN Center at number J4 Ali Akilu Road, Kaduna. Email training.school@fmbn.gov.ng or call 0901 280 3484.
We shall start the episode with issues making the news from the diary of the FMBN. And tonight, FMBN Northern Zone Annual Retreat in Kano. Just as the Senate Committee on Housing inspects FMBN projects executed by Cocoon Homes in Lagos State. Do stay tuned for the details.
The 2021 FMBN Northern Zone Retreat took place in Kano State recently. This year's event had the theme Effective Integration of the Informal Sector and the Attainment of Operational Excellence. The retreat brought together executive members of the bank, officers from the head office, as well as zonal and branch managers across the northern zones. Speaking at the event, Executive Director, Business Development and Portfolio Management, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Umar Dankani, called on branch and zonal managers of the northern zone of the bank to remain objective and goal-driven in order to move the bank forward. He charged the managers of the bank to brainstorm on ways to harness and bring the informal sector into the NHF scheme.
That was really very, very objective, very honest, and very hardworking to come up with beautiful ideas on the issues that has to do with the bank, so that at the end of the day we can go back. And the solutions should be those that are attainable. They are the movers and shakers of the bank. You know what the bank stands for. You know what the country perceives the bank to be. And you should be able to fine-tune the best way to go. And what are those things that we should do to get this bank to a greater and greater heights.
Speaking earlier, Group Head, Field Offices Coordination of the bank, Mr. Dominic O. Agabi, in his welcome address, said that the gathering is not only aimed at brainstorming on informal sector inclusion, but also aimed at bringing Kano and Oyo states back to the scheme.
We want to pay attention to the informal sector, which we know is a significant part of the Nigerian society that is unbanked. And for a long time, the bank has been striving to see how this can be mobilized into the National Housing Fund with a view to seeing how we can provide houses for them.
One of the high points of the retreat was the presentation of the communique of the last meeting. The Senate Committee on Housing, led by its chairman, Senator Sam Egu, has commended the ongoing FMBN-funded construction at Cocoon Atlantic. Speaking during a recent tour to inspect some of the ongoing projects funded by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Egu expressed satisfaction with the level of work they have so far seen, particularly with the design and quality of materials used for the project. Also speaking, Acting Zonal Coordinator, Lagos State, Mr. Simeon Agada, also expressed satisfaction with the quality of work done at the Cocoon Atlantic project. He also noted that the Cocoon Atlantic project is a notable contribution to the bank's core objectives of ensuring that Nigerians have access to quality homes at affordable prices. Agada also commended Cocoon Homes for demonstrating reliability, efficiency, commitment, and the expertise required to make an impact within the housing sector of the Nigerian economy. He further disclosed that the FMBN is looking forward to continuing its partnership with the firm. Managing Director, Cocoon Homes, Farouk Imam, in his remarks, disclosed his delight that Cocoon Atlantic was selected as a model for the Senate Committee's inspection visit. He also expressed his pleasure with the positive feedback and encouragement received.
Welcome back. In line with the mandate of the regulatory authorities of managing assets, liabilities and disbursements, the FMBN also has an Asset Liabilities and Disbursement Committee that sits weekly to deliberate on matters relating to its assets, liabilities and disbursements for a better and more effective management of the bank's affairs.
The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria daily seeks to improve on its activities and come up with better ways to more effectively improve on its mandate of providing homes for Nigerians, particularly affordable houses that any average Nigerian can afford without any financial constraint. To provide these houses, contributions are collected from Nigerians through the NHF scheme, which are used to build these houses to be given at affordable prices, to be repaid gradually over a period of years. This, simply put, is called the liability of the bank. On the other hand, the various loan products the bank offers its contributors are known as its assets.
The liabilities of the bank are generated mostly through the contributions of individual Nigerians to the National Housing Fund scheme. That is the liability side of our activities. Then the asset creation. Asset creation includes the loans we offer to individuals, where we offer the loans to contributors to the fund. We also offer loans to cooperative groups so that they can build houses for their members. We also offer loans for estate developers to build houses that will be affordable to contributors to the National Housing Fund scheme. We also invest excess funds with other financial institutions in order to generate revenue for the bank.
Liabilities and assets, however, cannot be mentioned without disbursements, because it is another integral part of the entire process of the bank's business. The FMBN, in line with the requirements of the regulatory authorities, have established a committee called the Assets, Liabilities and Disbursements Committee, ALCO.
Its membership includes all executive management members, that is the MD, Chief Executive, and the executive directors, and a certain relevant groups. The groups are selected based on their activities. There are other liability generating groups or asset generating groups, or they are involved with disbursement in line with the name of the committee.
We use the opportunity of our meeting to deliberate on the risk assets of the bank and the liabilities, the mobilization we do, the deposit that is with us in terms of NHF contributions, And of course, we use the same opportunity of that meeting to talk about how we disburse loans to the various beneficiaries, whether it's construction finance or the individual mortgages that we create or the common retail product that we call home renovation loans.
The committee also serves as a control center for the decisions reached by the management and to create a balance for the inflows and outflows of the bank.
ALCO serves as the clearinghouse. So when you create assets, when you create loans, there are a number of steps, there are a number of control centers along the line. But ALCO serves as the final control center because the loans will have been approved, but then ALCO, one of the things ALCO does is to also approve the disbursement of the loan. And at times there are loans that have gone through the whole process, but at ALCO, we notice one or two things and we say, okay, before we disburse, let these measures be also put in place to protect the assets that we want to create, protect the finances of the bank as well.
Looking through the years, the bank through the ALCO has recorded a significant improvement, particularly in the area of remittances in the last 4 years.
The operations of the bank has improved. As I said, ALCO serves as the final control center for the bank. And because of the feedback we get from ALCO, because of the observations we make from ALCO, we have been able to take those observations or those and make recommendations to go further down the line to improve the operational processes of the bank, most especially regarding the creation of credit or the loans, granting of loans, as well as the risk management aspects as well. So that's one of the things that ALCO has done. And also ALCO has also been instrumental also in growing the balance sheet of the bank. Recently, the board graciously commended the management of the bank because of the dramatic or significant improvement in National Housing Fund collections.
The ALCO has a secretariat domiciled in the Treasury Services and Capital Market Group. The secretariat is saddled with the responsibility of organizing the weekly meetings, disseminate ALCO decisions, as well as carry out a follow-up to ensure that all decisions are duly carried out.
To improve transparency and accountability in managing the NHF funds, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has introduced *219#. *219# is a new way to know the status of your NHF contribution from anywhere. To use this service, dial *219#. Select 1 to update your contact detail. Press 2 to check your contribution status in any month up to the last 5 years. You can also use our mortgage calculator and bulletin board by selecting options 5 and 6 respectively. You can access other services by using direct shortcodes like *219*3# to retrieve your NHF number, *219*4*1# to check your last 5 transactions, and *219*4*2# to check your statement of account. No internet connection required, and it is available on all networks. *219#. Simpler, smarter, faster. Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Everyone deserves a home.
In the bid to ensure availability of houses for NHF contributors, the FMBN puts in extra efforts into seeing that more estates are developed all across the country to keep on meeting the home ownership aspirations of Nigerians. In our next segment, Project in Focus, we shall bring you details of another FMBN-funded project that is just taking off. It hopes to provide between 150 to 200 housing for Nigerians. Keep watching.
Manreg Nigeria Limited is one of the FMBN developers developing about 150 to 200 housing units on a land space of about 6 hectares of land at Cafe District Life Camp. The project began in April 2021 when the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria disbursed 118 million naira to kick off the first part of 12 housing units for the first phase of the project.
We approached the Federal Mortgage Bank and presented to them our package and that we are ready to provide affordable housing units for Nigerians and that we will be able to deliver quality housing units that will meet their requirements and function effectively to standard.
2 billion naira was applied for by the developers for the mass housing scheme. Currently, 439 million naira has been approved to deliver the first phase of 32 units of 3-bedroom townhouses.
We are providing 3-bedroom houses, all in suite. And we have been able to articulate that we'll be producing between 150 and 200 units at the long run.
The houses, which are targeted to meet the housing needs of NHF contributors, is a medium for employment generation as required by the federal government.
We have at the high echelon professionals in the building industry, engineers, architects, quantity surveyors, land surveyors, and artisans. And of course, the skilled labor, iron benders, masons, and unskilled labor to assist the skilled laborers.
To ensure the delivery of good quality homes, the developers have engaged a group of experts to partner with them in delivering quality houses.
If you look at the block work, these blocks are manufactured in our workshop, the block industry, so that we maintain quality from inception to finish, to make sure that people get quality for what they are subscribing to.
During the foundation stage of this structure you are seeing here, we were here to ensure that everything is according to the design, that the project is, or the buildings are structurally sound for structural integrity. And now we are at this stage, and as we are moving to the casting of the first floor slab, we are going to be here as well. We are going to ensure that the mixed design is for the strengths that we want to achieve, and to ensure that reinforcement use are in consonance with the design.
As it is with all FMBN projects, basic infrastructure will be made available at the end of the project. This is expected to begin with the disbursement of the second tranche of the funds.
The Permanent Secretary, Kano State Bureau for Land Management, Dr. Zainab Ibrahim Braji, has said that the Kano State government has reduced the payment of land use charge by 30% to ease the payment for property owners across the state. She disclosed that the Kano State Governor, Umar Ganduje, approved the discount in order to encourage property owners to willingly pay off their charges appropriately. Also speaking, NBA Chairman Kano Branch Aminu Sani Gadanya disclosed that the association paid the visit to the Permanent Secretary in order to dialogue with management on issues concerning land administrations. This, he said, shows that the open door policy of the Bureau has been achieved. The Borno State government has handed over 300 housing units of semi-detached 2-bedrooms to displaced persons and low-income earners in Gomdu Town, Kaga local government area of Borno State. The Borno State Governor, Professor Babagana Zulum, commissioned and handed over the housing units recently in Gomdu Town, Kaga local government area of Borno State, in company of the Managing Director, Family Homes Funds Limited, Femi Adewale. The project, which is one of many, complements the state's initiative to reconstruct, rehabilitate and resettle thousands of families affected by insurgency. Speaking at the commissioning ceremony, Governor Zulum expressed appreciation to the Family Homes Funds for its important contribution towards the rebuilding of several communities in Borno State. He added that the state government will ensure that the remaining homes are completed within the next year and are allocated to the most vulnerable people in the state. On his part, Managing Director, Family Homes Funds Limited, Femi Adewale, reaffirmed the institution's commitment to improving the lives of Nigerians. 2 months ago, 700 homes comprising 200 in Chibok and 500 in Yana Espuri were completed and handed over to previously displaced families as well, making it a total of 1,000 homes that have now been completed and handed over to beneficiaries in the state.
If you're just joining us, the program is Everyone Deserves a Home, showcasing the activities of the Apex Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Our next segment is Dream Come True, and tonight we'll go up north to the northeast to share the story of Danladi Audu, a contributor who never believed he will benefit from his contributions to the NHF scheme. Stay with us.
You may be threatened every year. I thought mortgage is an alien thing.
When this house came, I even added weight.
I was really happy about that. They made it easy for everybody.
It's very flexible. I'm one of the beneficiaries.
Federal Mortgage Bank has done well. Houses for all.
Danladi Audu became the owner of a one-bedroom apartment in 2012 after paying just 10% equity of a total of 1.8 million naira.
I newly came in to Gombe when I heard that there is houses here built by mortgage through labor quarters or labor ashidin. So I went to them, to their office. I inquired about the requirements. Then they said I must be registered with NHF. I said I'm registered already. They said, all right, I'm okay with that one. Then they begin to state out the things that they require. I then provided everything they asked me to, and then they allocated one house to me, and that was in 2012.
Danladi, who works with the Federal University, Kashiri, was already a contributor to the NHF scheme, but he did not believe in the scheme himself.
Well, not those people, even me myself. Before I get this one, I don't believe in it. I just registered. The time I registered, I was not even aware I was going to get a house. But my registering has helped me. So I am calling on those who do not believe in it, like myself before. Honestly, Federal Mortgage Bank are working, they are trying to make many people get house of their own. Since now I am a proud house owner or a landlord of myself. So.
At his previous place of work, Danladi said he lived in the staff quarters, which he paid about 11,000 naira monthly. Upon discovering this estate, after he moved to Gombe, he decided to take the opportunity to also pay gradually and end up being the owner of the house.
Worked in one college of education, Bama. I stayed there for about 10 years. And within those 10 years, I was occupying government quarters. And I was paying about 10 to 11,000 every month. Multiply by 10 years, you will discover that it is big money. When I came here, they said if they give you, you will be paying monthly. So when I heard that, I collected without any hesitation because the money I spent while renting house in Bama, if it were to be this type of house, it would have been my own. But when I left Bama and came here, that one is gone. But now that I'm here, paying some token, and maybe it will not reach up to 11 years and I will be able to settle it and the house becomes my own. So
his advice to Nigerians is to key into the scheme and believe it would yield positive results like it did for him.
It has been a delight taking you through this episode of the program. This is the point where we'll call it a night. I'll be here again next week, same time, same station, for another edition of the program. Don't forget to stop by at any FMBN branch offices near you for information about our products and services, or log on to www.fmbn.gov.ng for more inquiries. And in case you missed past episodes of the program, you can watch Everyone Deserves a Home at New Age TV Network on YouTube. Do have a pleasant night.